Okay, this is my simple ABC explanation of how the business works, and if you can explain it on a napkin or a beer coaster, that's called the beer coaster test or napkin test, then it will duplicate because it's simple enough. So ABCs, everyone understand ABC? Yeah, ABC, we all get taught ABC. So part A is, if you can go out and create 20 people using the products on a monthly basis, we call it ADR, or automatic delivery rewards in our business, but don't worry about that right now. But if you create 20 or more, then you will create a $275,000 asset. How is that possible? Because, I'll tell you how it's possible. So you've got 20 plus ADRs, so equals $275,000 in equivalent asset value. And how it's possible is that we know for a fact that someone who creates that kind of amount of ADRs will usually have a business volume of over 3,000 US dollars. And that means they'll be getting a monthly passive income or residual income of $700 to $800 without adding retail profit, other kinds of bonuses the company has on offer, just pure straight basic commission per month, which equals, last time I checked, $700 to $800 per month equals about $10,000 per annum. Guess how much you have to have in an Australian term deposit bank account right now to earn $10,000 per annum? You have to have about a 3.25% or 3%. Actually, I think this was done at 3.25%, about $275,000. It's actually worth more now because I think the interest rates have dropped again to 3% and 2.8%. So congratulations. Now, this is an interesting fact that given in Australia that I think most women at the age of 60, I think 80% of women have about $30,000 in total nest egg value, and the average man has about $70,000. Over a lifetime, at the age of 60, you, in a matter of weeks, months, or it doesn't matter how long it's taken, have created an asset worth $275,000. An income-generating asset, equivalent to a property portfolio, a share portfolio, or cash at the bank. It's just a different class of asset that nobody knows about because we're not taught this kind of thing. We're not talk about building assets. We're taught to get money in our hand each week. In fact, I think we're brainwashed. That's what we're meant to do by the system that we grow up in. So that's part A. If you get that, the rest is pretty easy. Now, part A is a pretty good story, wouldn't you agree? So if people can do that, clearly you can share the story. And say you found 4 people who did the same thing. If you found 4 people who you showed how to do exactly what you've done, our compensation plan shows that average incomes are approaching $4,000 per month. $4,000 per month. Okay, which is getting to what we call a financial independence level in Australia. Now here's the thing, how much would you need to have in the bank right now to earn $4,000 a month? $1.3 million. So you have created an equivalent asset value of $1.3 million by helping 4 people do what you have done and build a lifetime residual income stream. Now, if you ask an actuarial expert or financial advisor how many people in Australia have $1.3 million in their superannuation accounts, you find there's less than 2%. So you now put yourself in a situation where, for example, on this trip, every single account on this trip is in the top 2% of wealth creation in Australia. Did you know that?
No. That's amazing when,
Yeah.
when you put it like that.
That's right.
I got goosebumps.
Right? And that's part B, but that's all we usually take them out. Part B, there's a lot more, because if you reach that, people, the company represent knows the importance of that level, so they give you an extra one-off $7,000. They send you on an exotic 5-star paid trip. In this case, it's been to Kyoto in Japan. Next one is Greece. You get to attend another all expenses paid trip in the eastern states every year, and they also give you your own Nobel Prize winning biophonic scanner technology that allows you to scan people's antioxidant levels in 30 seconds with a world-beating exclusive technology. So it's incredible what happens at this point. But the interesting thing is there is a part C. And part C is where if you go and find 12 or more people, the company's compensation plan by a public listed company in the New York Stock Exchange says that it's over $50,000 US dollars per month. Now, what I'm saying is there's no ceiling to this income. It's unlimited because of the mechanics leverage built into it. And we know lots of people who have made this kind of income. In Australia, by the way, not somewhere far off in America. So I'm giving you the embellished version, by the way, not the quick version, not the 5-minute version. So if that's possible, that means you've got a business that you can grow as far as you want to, as big as you want to, with no limitation whatsoever, without capital, without risk, without stock, without staff, without the normal business trackings, without any risk whatsoever, which you can virtually start for no cost whatsoever. I've never seen anything like this in my life. If you find anything, please let me know. All right. So I don't even put an estimate on what that is worth, because it's just millions upon millions of dollars, the asset value of these businesses. So
they see that multiplied between those two.
Yeah, so if you understand that, it's simple as ABC, then you understand the entire business. Now, I've explained this to a 10-year-old and they got it straight away in 5 minutes, so that's my test.
That's great. Thanks so much, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
I can send it to you on email. I've got it. Yeah.